Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Will. In this video, I have another anime figure haul for you guys. So this will be my June pre-order shipment from AmiAmi, plus my March pre-order shipment from AmiAmi. It just came in. I had it sent via boat because there are figures in there that I wanted, but wasn't really in like a huge rush to get. So I thought I would save a little bit of money. Now, this video a little bit different. I've actually already unboxed everything. It's all sitting here on my desk in front of me. You can see the boxes back there on the ground, but I don't think you guys can make out what the figures are. So a little bit different than what I normally do, but I hope you enjoy it. I have 5 scale figures for you guys, including one that's a pre-owned, 3 Nendos, and 1 prize figure. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, the first figure that I have here is actually going to be the prize figure that my wife picked up. It's going to be Hizuru from Summertime Render. And my wife absolutely loved this anime. I loved it too. It came out in 2022. I'm not sure how many people actually have seen it because when it first came out, it was actually in Disney jail and you could only watch it if you were in Japan, at least legally. But we absolutely love the anime. Definitely recommend it. It's a mystery, suspense, supernatural type show. Terrific. I believe it's actually on Hulu now. So if you want to watch it here in America, you can do so on Hulu. And yeah, terrific anime. Hizuru here, complete badass. We really did love her character, so we wanted to get a figure of her, but this is actually the only figure that we have. It's just this little prize figure. But this is a very nicely done prize figure. I've just been kind of looking it over, and they did a really good job with like her overall paint and sculpt of her suit. I mean, I really can't find any faults with it whatsoever. It's a lot of detail here for just a little prize figure. And then when you look at her hair sculpt is just definitely very detailed. I'm actually pretty surprised. It's pretty cleanly done. I can't see any rough patches, maybe like 1 or 2 little rough patches, but really not that bad at all. And it looks just like Hizuru in the face. Definitely appreciate that. And she's holding her trademark sledgehammer here. Pain in the ass to get that in there. It doesn't come attached like this. You have to manually put that in yourself, and it takes a lot of force to get it in there. But once you get in there, pretty cool little pose here. So definitely like the figure. Stupid, ugly white base, but I can look past that. And hopefully we get some more figures from this anime. I believe we only have the Ushio Nendo, which I already have, a RTFX figure of Ushio, and that's pretty much it. I think Good Smile has a scale figure of Ushio coming sometime, but we haven't seen any prototypes yet. But yeah, this is definitely the only figure of Hizuru, so hopefully we get some more. Now moving on to our Nendos. So I have 3 Nendos here for you guys. The first one I actually got for my wife is gonna be Mr. Aki from Chainsaw Man. So my wife is a huge fan of Aki, definitely her favorite character from the series. She's cosplayed him. We have a giant Kong head sitting in our living room that she made as well. So she loves the character, so I had to get his Nendo. Plus we already have the Power and Dingy Nendo, so we definitely had to complete the trio. And whenever, I'm looking for a Nendo, I always feel like I need to have at least one faceplate that's, really on point for the character, unique or something like that. And I think they did it here with Mr. Aki here, especially the faceplate that I have here where he has one eye closed. You can use that for 2 different type of poses. So he does have a cigarette hand that you can use. So that looks pretty cool with his eye closed. And then you also have him doing his trademark cone symbol, so you have a hand for that as well. I'm not sure what my wife is going to go with. I kind of like the cigarette, but that is just me. But yeah, pretty decent little Nendo here. Definitely like him. He's going to look good with Power and Dingy. And I did have Makima as well, but I decided to send her back to Good Smile. I felt like the Nendo was just a little bit boring. I like Makima. I just don't think she really makes a great Nendo because she doesn't really have that many expressions, so I was like, I'm okay on that. I have a scale figure of Makima coming later on, so don't kill me, Makima fans. I'm still going to have a Makima in my home at some point. Now, the next Nendo that I have here is going to be Mary Sayotomi from Kakegurui. And I love me some Kakegurui, very fun anime. Love me some Mary, not as much as I love Yumeko, but Mary definitely still pretty cool. I already have the Yumeko Nendo, so I wanted to get Mary to pair up with her, and this is a terrific little Nendo. She actually has 4 face plates, which I believe is like the only Nendo that I have where there are 4 face plates, and they're all really good. Even like just her standard one, it just fits Mary so well, but she has 3 other ones that are just very unique and on point for the anime and her character specifically. So yeah, definitely a nice little Nendo. I'm probably gonna go with this faceplate here where she has that kind of lustful look, like, you know, she's in the middle of gambling or whatnot. But yeah, I already had the Yumeko with that same similar faceplate, so I'll probably go with this one as well. But yeah, a terrific little Nendo. And then finally, last but not least, we have the one and only Marin Kitagawa. So I absolutely had to pick up this Nendo, being the Marin stan that I am. I had to have all the Marin figures in my collection, the Nendo being no exception. But I think they did a really good job with this one. Just like starting with her default faceplate here, I feel like we don't normally see the default faceplate having such a large smile, but I feel like they kind of went out of their way for Marin here because, you know, that smile of hers is kind of her trademark, really big grin. So they really did nail that. Looks really good. They did a terrific job with the eyes. Yeah, overall faceplate looks just like Marin. And the other faceplates that we have that go with her look terrific as well. We have that one with her flustered. I thought about using that one when I have her on display. Really good trademark Marin again. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a Gojo Nendo to go with her, because that fluster face plus a Gojo Nendo will look absolutely terrific together. And then the final faceplate is her just kind of winking and smiling at you, which is fine. It's not too special in my honest opinion, but it's okay. And then, you know, they did a pretty good job with like overall school uniform and the hair, the ombre going from the blonde to the pink. Looks pretty good. And then we get like a ton of accessories, but the one that of course stands out is going to be the body pillow of Shizuku, I believe is the name of this character that she cosplays. And the body pillow looks really good. I feel like the body pillow that I got with Albedo of Ainz is a little bit like kind of faded. It's not too bad, but this one definitely looks like it's a little bit more color and resolution, I guess you can say. But I was going to have her holding the body pillow in her hand, as you know, I have her on when I have her on display. But I feel like the body pillow just kind of blocks her face a little bit too much when you have her in when you have the body pillow in her arm. So I'll probably just kind of lean the body pillow up against her. Kind of unfortunate, but it's kind of whatever. But cool little accessory. Got some other accessories again: cell phone, a mirror, and that plate, an omelet rice plate, which is okay, I guess. Not my thing, but yeah, overall, great little Nendo. Now moving on to some scaled figures. So the first one is going to be one that I got in the March shipment. It's going to be Erika Amano from A Couple of Cuckoos. This is just a 1/7 scale bunny figure by Katakawa. And me and my friend, this is not like the best anime, I will definitely admit that, but me and my friend absolutely love watching this anime and seeing the girls compete for the guy, the little harm that's going on. So absolutely hilarious. I'm team Erika here. He's team Hero, who also has a bunny figure in his lineup. But yeah, that's why I got this one. And this is actually a really nice looking bunny figure. I mean, it's a bunny suit, so you really can't mess that up too bad, but they did a really good job with it. Nice paint, nice little detail there on her stomach. The stockings look pretty good as well. And she just looked really adorable. I mean, they did a really good job. Her face looks just like Erika. Her mouth sculpt looks pretty good too. Just enough amount of teeth, and you see some depth back there of her tongue and just the inside of her mouth. I'm probably getting a little bit too detailed with her mouth, but it looks really good. It's kind of what I'm saying. But I love her face. The outfit looks great. Really cool pose. She's holding up what I'm assuming is like some hot chocolate or something like that. And yeah, she looks great. Really good hair sculpt as well. Love the twin tails. And the only thing I really don't like about this figure is definitely gonna be the base. It's just a big brown heart. I mean, I'm assuming it's supposed to be chocolate as well, but I wish they could have done a little bit more with that. It's kind of eh. But overall, I would say the figure looks really, really good. I'm probably gonna get the Hero at some point too, now that I know that this one came out really well. Hopefully it goes on sale. I get it pre-owned or something. I don't want to pay a lot for this, but it looks pretty good. So definitely happy I got it. And hopefully we get some more bunny figures this size. I don't really like the quarter scale bunny figures that much. I just want something a little bit smaller, 1/7, maybe 1/6 or something like that. I'll be actually a little bit more happier about. But yeah, definitely a cute little figure. So the next figure that I have here is going to be a pre-owned figure that I picked up for my wife. She is a huge haiku nerd. She's watched the anime like 4 or 5 times from beginning to end. It's going to be Mr. Tobio Kageyama, the all-star setter from Kurosano. And when I saw this on the AmiAmi pre-owned section, I had to pick it up. It was dirt cheap. It was like 6,000 or 7,000 yen for like a B rank. So it's kind of a no-brainer considering how few like haiku figures we have of this scale. So I had to get it, and he looks pretty good. Ignore the support rod for now, but the overall figure itself looks pretty good. I really do love the action pose that he's in, doing this, when it's quick sets or whatever you want to call it, to Hinata, which also has a figure that comes with this, or that goes with it rather, that I need to get, where he's actually about to do his spike. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for that, but this figure looks great. The support rod, it's just a necessary evil to capture that motion of him jumping and doing his set. So I can look past it. It's not like too bad in my opinion. My wife is perfectly okay with it as well. We can live with it, but really I do hope we get some more haiku figures in the future. It's really kind of a shame that we don't have that many scale figures at all. We do have a few guess like kind of premium, quote unquote, premium prize figures coming down the line very soon. So I'll be picking up those, of course, for my wife. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some scale figures. So for this next figure here, it's actually going to be a re-release. It originally came out in 2021, but then they dropped it again earlier this year in March. It's going to be Miss Kana from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And oh my God, is this figure so damn adorable. Even my wife, who knows nothing about this anime, tried to steal this figure away from me. I had to put a foot down, had to say no, because I love her way too much, and it's just a lot to say about it. So starting with the head, everything about the head is perfect. Looks just like Kana. The hairstyle is super adorable. These little accessories that she has in her hair are so very well detailed. They just look so cute. And then her kimono, oh my gosh. So we got that ombre look going from this blue, going down into a pink at the very bottom, the flower prints, and then of course we have the Kobayashi dragon, not Kobayashi, the Toru dragon on her as well. And yeah, it's just so well done. All the little detail on her, I guess, sash, whatever you want to call it, it's just very nicely done. So definitely love her outfit, and then the accessories that go with it. She has like this little paddle, not sure exactly what it's called. Also has Toru on it, her little purse that she's holding. And then at the bottom on this base here, we have these little accessories here. So we have her friend, which I think her name is like Rico, I believe, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but super adorable. She, as you can see, is kind of obsessing over Kana there. And then we have these little bamboo basket or whatever. Still pretty cool, nice little accessory, but it's all magnetic too. That's really dope. All magnetic that goes onto the base, so it just stays up there. Really appreciate that. But this figure is an absolute steal. I mean, if you love some Kobayashi Dragon Maid, if you love Kana, I don't see how you don't have this figure in your collection, because in my opinion, this is probably her best figure. Would I like to have her in her normal outfit? Sure, but we don't really have a lot of options for that. But this one, definitely love it. Just a terrific figure. Now moving on to the next figure here. This is going to be the 1/7 scale of Anya and Bond Forger from Kotobukiya, and I absolutely love this figure. I think this is a really great concept, seeing Anya ride on top of Bond here, and I think Kotobukiya did a really good job actually executing it. So starting with the Bond figure first, well, I mean, he's Bond, he's a dog, but they did a really good job with like his fur, the shading, and just the overall sculpt. Look realistic enough. I mean, you can't go into like too much detail when it comes to fur, it costs a fortune otherwise, but they did a pretty good job with this. And of course, it looks just like Bond himself. He is pre-attached to the base because he is very heavy. And as you can see, he only has like these two paws actually attached to the base, but they did a good job balancing it all out. So very good job. Kudos to you, Kotobukiya, for that. But yeah, Bond looks pretty cool. And then you just, slap Anya, boom, right on top is a very weak magnet underneath her on her bottom to kind of secure her in place. And there you have her. I mean, she looks really good. I mean, not too much to say about her uniform. It's just a black dress essentially, but the hair sculpt is pretty good. I think they did a good job with the actual hair color as well. And of course, the faceplate. I really do like this faceplate with her looking very excited, like she's about to go on an adventure. There was another faceplate as well where she looks a little bit more determined, a little bit more serious that comes with this. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go with. I think I like this one a little bit better, but they're both really good face plates. And again, this one came free with the actual figure. And then there's another faceplate you can get if you were to pre-order with Komi the Good, which I thought was just kind of okay. I wasn't like a huge fan of it, but for me, I think I'm probably gonna stick with just this original one for kind of with her mouth open. It looks really, really good. But overall, I love this figure. I think Komi the Good did a really, really good job with this. I mean, it's definitely a heavy figure, but yeah, really dope. Now, the last figure that we have here is going to be the first scale figure that we have of this particular character. It's going to be the 1/7 scale of Komi-san by Wave. And overall, I like this figure, but I do have some negative thoughts about it as well. So let's go and get those out of the way. First of all, it does this. Separates top half and bottom half. I really hate that. I really dislike that. And I understand why they do it from a manufacturing perspective. I mean, you do have, her jacket here, it goes over her skirt. You want to, have that separate. I get it. My thing is, once everything is manufactured, just permanently attach that, because there's no reason for your end customer to ever have to separate these two pieces. I mean, it even comes together in the actual packaging. So you may have some unexpected, customer accidentally just pick this up and the bottom half just go flying across the room or something like that. Luckily, there's nothing like fragile on the bottom, and I don't think like the peg in her foot will break or anything like that, but still, I just feel like just permanently attached, especially for a 22,000 yen figure. I feel like that's enough where you can apply a little bit of glue. So that's my first issue with it. Next issue is going to be this base. So this is probably going to be mostly subjective, I guess. I guess it's all kind of subjective, right? But I think the base, very ugly. So first of all, I like the size. That's great. Nice circular base. Doesn't take up that much space in my detolf. But this random blue that they chose to go around the rim, it just doesn't really go with anything. I don't understand why they chose that color. It's just very tacky when it goes, when you're trying to match it up against the actual character herself and her color coordination. And then you have this black, slightly translucent black part right in the middle. And the problem with that is that when you look down at the base, you can actually see the Made in China logo, and it's big. That's a big square. This is Made in China here. You can see that from the top of the base. So it looks like it's actually a part of the design of the base. It's just a lot going on. Just very tacky how they did that. And then finally, we have these cherry blossom petals on the base that are so small. They have no impact whatsoever. They could just left them off and you would not have even noticed them. It's just very bad design. Honestly, if they had given me just a straight up black glossy or black matte base, I would have been perfectly happy with that. But this one is just not that good. And then finally, the last gripe that I have with this figure, and this one is probably the smallest one, really not that big of a deal to be honest, but her head does rotate. And the problem that I have with that is that you may have some customers, like me, who kind of struggle with knowing where to actually put her head to get the best position. So she is in kind of an awkward pose, and if you don't have her head in the right position, it can really look awkward in my opinion. So that's just my opinion. Maybe some people like that kind of flexibility with how to rotate their head. I totally get that, but again, that's a very small gripe. My main two gripes are with the separation and the base itself. Now moving on to the good things I like about this figure. Pretty much everything else. Paint job on her school uniform looks absolutely great. The sculpt looks great. Not a lot of shading on it, but it really doesn't need to be too much. It looks really well done. Her hair sculpt looks pretty nicely done as well. It has that plasticky hair, I guess, which is fine. I like the color that they went with it. It looks just like it does in the anime. You can tell it has like a little tint of purple, but it's not like overly done. Looks very accurate. It does go to that translucent color at the end, but it's not overly done there. It's just, I can live with that. I'm not a huge fan. I would prefer it just be one color, but this isn't too bad at all. So her hair looks great. And then of course we have her face. Terrific, absolutely terrific. The regular Komi face here looks absolutely perfect. Looks just like Komi. They absolutely nailed that. And then the figure does come with the bonus plate with her looking with a little more curious, the goofy face. I'm not sure how you describe this face, but the one with the big eyes. I think this face is cute, but I'm not sure if it really goes with this actual figure and the pose that she's in. It looks kind of weird to me. So me personally, I'm definitely not going to be using this. I already have the Nendo of Komi with this faceplate on her on display, so that's enough for me. I don't think I need to put it on this scale figure. And yeah, I mean, overall, I think the figure's great. I mean, again, I had those negatives about it, but if I were to give this figure a score, it'd probably be like 9 out of 10, a soft 9 out of 10, 8.5, 9 out of 10, I would say. But yeah, it is still a great figure. We don't have any other scale figures of Komi that have been announced other than the quarter scale freeing bunny, which looks really, really good. And I'm thinking about getting it myself, but I'm not a bunny fan, but I do love me some Komi, and I do think that is a good figure. So maybe I'll get it. All right, guys, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think about any of these figures. Do you own any of them? Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to smash that like button, easy way to support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe for more videos, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.